Ooh, yeah, yeah. Uh.
Welcome to Nature versus Industry. Today we're going to talk about the different arguments supporting deforestation in the industry and the pros and cons of doing it. And to start off, Garrett, do you want to say the industry part?
Yeah, I'll talk about the industry. Professor, how's it going? So I'm on the industry side. I don't necessarily agree with it, but you made us do this, so I'm going to talk about the benefits of industry for agriculture and livestock. So here we go. All right, of course, Professor, as the usual, negative kind of, people associate industry with being negative towards when it comes to deforestation. But let's talk about some benefits here. The economy, all right? Deforestation brings a boost to the economy. It brings a lot of products made of wood out there. Say, for instance, you have a table in your living room. That was made from deforestation. So, you're contributing to the economy when you buy wood products. So it gives a boost to, say, developing countries that need help with their finance situation. Also, shelter. Shelter is another one. It's a basic need for human survival. And a lot of shelters, as we know, are made of wood, and it wouldn't be possible without knocking down some trees. So that's that. Oh yeah, glue. Another big one is glue. Glue is made from the sap in trees, so we wouldn't have glue if it wasn't for deforestation. And also, this creates a lot of jobs. People are in factories working with wood or developing glue. So again, helps the economy. All right, in particular, we're talking about livestock and agriculture here. So again, this creates jobs in areas when trees are knocked down, farms farms are made, and that we need farmers. So that again, it helps with jobs and it helps put food on the table for families. So that's good. Again, homes are built, so people in need of a house can't do it with a bunch of trees in the way. They got to knock them down. All right, so they build a house. Their family moves in. They create a nice situation for themselves, and that again creates more jobs. People need jobs to build homes. Again, farms are made from deforestation. So a lot of food is being produced and consumed because of deforestation. So we're not out here starving, Professor. So that's good. Say a farmer needs some land for, say, an organic farm. He wants to put some healthy products out in the market. So he needs some trees to be cleared. So so be it. That's what has to happen. But in the end, we're all healthy and happy, and we have some good food in our stomach. And also, all the trees that are knocked down, it's not just wasted. It's again put out in the market to make products that come from wood. Again, the wooden table in your living room, Professor. I'm talking to you. Another big thing, a lot of the oxygen that we get in the world actually comes from the phytoplankton in the ocean, which is a common misconception. Everyone thinks that all of our oxygen comes from trees, so it's really not that big of a deal when, say, an acre or two is chopped down. We're not going to suffocate or anything. All right, 50% of our oxygen comes from the ocean, so there's that. And yeah, so basically just, deforestation. Marwan's been talking about the harms of it, but that's obviously a lot. But as we can see, there's also a lot of benefits. So, all right, guys, thanks for your time.
Let's talk about some of those negative things. First of all, we have to acknowledge something, which is basically the fact that humans are the biggest threat to the world's rainforest. If it wasn't for us, there would not be any harms or any dangers in those areas. And I mean, large areas are cut down every minute to provide fuel, wood, paper, or cleared just so that the land could be used for farming or mining or even cattle ranching. So these are all things that, we could argue about how important they really are. And the main problem, however, is that in some poor countries, there's no media, there's not even any media coverage about what happens between closed doors when policymakers agree deals with, large corporations, and they agree for them to cut down a big chunk of the environment as if they own it, And this is a main problem because, think about something else, a quarter of our medicines come from plants. So that would mean that there are still many undiscovered species in the rainforest, for example, that might one day, provide a cure for a deadly disease such as, cancer, for example. And the problem is that government incentives have increased for the companies in forms of loans and infrastructure spending. So if you think about it, the rise of the domestic wealth scaled up the private sector's finance. And so markets around the world have continued the markets have been going up, and so the planet continues to get worse. I understand that, energy has to be harnessed for obvious reasons and for the advancement of the human race, but it is just the problem with excessiveness, is that a lot of the things that we're using right now that we're ruining nature for are things that aren't actually necessary to sustain the human race. We got to think about at this point as future generations and how they're going to be affected by our actions, our kids. This is not even mention the animals, that some animal species are becoming extinct because their habitats are continuously being broken down, and that can lead to a domino effect, which, it's a long shot, but it could eventually reach us since we're the world's biggest predator. It's just something to think about. The reason for all of this is just humans' greed, is that we always want more, and now we're affecting the globe negatively. I see, businesses chopping down trees because of things that are not essential for our survival. My last thing is just to say that let's also not forget that deforestation adds to the greenhouse effect. As rainforest trees help the climate and control the air and things like this, which, the machinery does the opposite, it adds to carbon emissions. And even though some people argue that the trees are replaced with new ones and they're planted, first of all, it takes them years to grow back, and even then, the altered climate would just make them less rich in quality, and if we keep on going down that road, who knows where we could end. Thank you. I was Marwan Musa.
Careful.
That's what I did when I came in the room and I hit it with the hit it! When a nigga hit the plug, when a nigga hit the trap and I hit him with the pump. Boom! Look at the pot, look at the MP that hit it with